He's got to watch his ass because he makes cocaine and they send it into the United States of America from Colombia. He's making cocaine and they're sending it into the United States, so he does have to watch his ass. Colombia is very sick too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S.
It sounds good to me.
Come get me. I'm waiting for you here.
After the U.S.'s large-scale invasion of Venezuela, Trump's next apparent target was his Colombian counterpart, Gustavo Petro. The acrimonious public feud between the two leaders escalated far beyond expectations in the past few months. From Trump openly threatening Petro, saying he's got to watch his ass after abducting his ally, Venezuelan president, right from his bed, to Petro launching a counterattack with Maduro's line, "Come get me." Until yesterday, both men were shouting at the top of their lungs about confronting each other. But on December 8th, something changed. A noticeable shift in tone from both leaders was observed. Suddenly, both began speaking positively about one another and calling for peace. Trump and Petro, who had not spoken a single good word about each other in recent times, especially after Trump's deadly mission to end narco-terrorism. What changed in just one day? The answer is a phone call. Changing his tone, U.S. President Donald Trump, on January 8th, took to the Truth Social platform and informed the world that he had a friendly phone call with his Colombian counterpart. He even invited the South American leader to the White House for a meeting. It was a great honor to speak with the president of Colombia, Gustavo Petro, who called to explain the situation of drugs and other disagreements that we have had, Trump posted. I appreciated his call and tone and look forward to meeting him in the near future, the POTUS added. As the United States softened its tone toward Petro, the Colombian head of state reciprocated with an equally conciliatory response. The Colombian president affirmed that, for peace, one must always dialogue, and said he would speak with President Trump about peace in Colombia and the anti-drug strategy, which interests Trump the most. In a follow-up post on X, Petro shared a video from his rally informing the crowd about the phone call, and wrote, "This is historic." He further envisioned an energy deal between the two countries, stating, "The U.S. energy matrix can be decarbonized if the potential of South America's clean energies becomes a reality."
What was Trump's response? Pass it to me because he just wrote it. So is there actually a purpose behind these demonstrations? Because I want to tell you about it. Trump says, watch out. Of course, words must always be followed by concrete actions. It was a truly great honor and a significant privilege to speak with the esteemed President of the Republic of Colombia, Gustavo Petro, regarding important matters. Who exactly called me? I was personally invited to speak with him, and I certainly didn't say no. In fact, I almost didn't make it on time at all because we were coming from quite a distance outside. So, who precisely called me to thoroughly explain the complex situation with drugs and all the other significant disagreements we've unfortunately had? I truly appreciated his thoughtful call and his very considerate tone, and I sincerely hope to be able to meet with him in the very near future. Marco Rubio and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Foreign Minister of Colombia, are making the necessary arrangements. Foreign Minister, you have to go to the United States. The important meeting will take place at the historic White House located in Washington, D.C., the capital city of the United States.
Addressing protesters who chanted slogans against the United States at his behest, the Colombian president announced that he spoke with Donald Trump for about an hour, focusing on Venezuela and drug trafficking. He claimed Colombian politicians tied to narco trafficking had misled Trump to turn him against Petro, saying these actors sparked the current diplomatic tensions between Colombia and the United States. Trump's sudden conciliatory tone toward Petro is unexpected, given that Petro had previously condemned U.S. actions in Venezuela as a violation of sovereignty. Tensions had been escalating for months before this shift. In October, the Trump administration sanctioned Petro, his family, and an aide over alleged links to the drug trade. Trump accused Petro of running cocaine operations as recently as January 4th, a claim Petro denies.
Colombia is very sick too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States. And he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long.
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S. and
It sounds good to me.
Secretary Rubio mentioned.
You know why? Because they kill a lot of people.
Let's look back at the war of words between the two leaders, who are now set to meet at the White House.
That if aid is cut to Colombia, that would undermine Colombia's fight against drugs. A lot of U.S. aid.
They don't have a fight against drugs. They make drugs. They refine drugs. They make cocaine. They have cocaine factories. They have no fight against drugs. And I'm stopping all payments to Colombia because they don't have anything to do with their fight against drugs. And in fact, even when they had better presidents than they have right now, that's how they're making a lot of money. Drugs. I used to complain about it when they had a very nice president, but he wasn't doing it. It was all talk. They are a drug manufacturing machine, Colombia, and we're not going to be part of it. So we're going to drop all money that we're giving to them. It has nothing to do with them stopping drug production. And you look at the fields are loaded up with drugs, and they refine the drugs, and they make tremendous amounts of cocaine, and they send it all over the world, and they destroy families. No, Colombia is out of control, and now they have the worst president they've ever had. He's a lunatic who's got a lot of problems, mental problems.
Not a single Latin American president has called another Latin American president to ask what to do about the fact that we are being invaded. National waters in the Caribbean. The Caribbean is full of Caribbean peoples and their political and economic forms of organization. There are no international waters in the Caribbean. So either missiles fall or missiles are launched from waters that do not belong to the owners of the missiles. That is called invasion. We are already being invaded.
Mr. President, Colombian President Gustavo Petro, a couple weeks ago, he said he's got to watch his ass. And today he said he's not concerned about anything happening to him in the aftermath of this operation. So just what your message is about that.
Well, he has cocaine mills. He has factories where he makes cocaine. And yeah, I think I stick by my first statement. He's making cocaine. They're sending it into the United States. So he does have to watch his ass.
I told Trump, brother, you're getting deeply involved with these dangerous drug traffickers. You even pardon them. And yet you're attacking those who could help you if your real goal was to defeat drug trafficking. Who knows the Caribbean better than we do? Who knows Colombia better than Colombians themselves? Those who seize the most without killing anyone? Hundreds of tons of cocaine that Colombia seizes. But that's not the point they're interested in. The point is control. The Caribs sail the Caribbean Sea. That's why it's called that. South American, which is Santa Marta, Colombia. And that's where we talk about these things. That's how humanity has been built. Trump, somewhat smarter than Netanyahu. So now we're in a second scenario after Gaza, the Caribbean. 100 dead, it could be thousands if they unleash the invasion. They tell me that I'm defending a dictatorship What I defend and want to defend is life in the Caribbean and the people who live in the Caribbean. We've dealt with dictatorships ourselves. We don't need much support for that. If the people want it, they free themselves from dictators, and we certainly have freed ourselves from dictators in the Caribbean. They're not here because they can't leave, or they can leave, but they can't come back. Like a new political subject. Beyond and more powerful than nations with fewer deaths, but it continues, and the explosiveness that could happen there is at risk of a desperate move for peace. They just seized the ship. It's piracy, a tanker, it's oil. In other words, they're showing why they're doing what they do. Oil, oil, and oil.